The news is out. Casey's half-sister is Miss Earth Sweden 2016. Cloie Syquia Skarne will be Sweden's representative in the forthcoming Miss Earth 2016 pageant to be held in the Philippines this coming October. She was crowned as Miss Earth 2016 last Sunday night in the Miss Universe Sweden pageant. Cloie is Casey's sister with his father Gabby Concepcion. Gabby's mother is model Jenny Syquia. Her surname was from a stepfather, Filip Skarne. Cloie posted the picture on Instagram last Monday and captioned it with "I'm Miss Earth Sweden 2016. Thank you to those who have supported me and believed in me. I would not have been who I am today without you." One of Cloie's rival in getting the crown would be Miss Philippines Earth Imelda Schweighart, who wishes to have a three-peat win for the Philippines. It can be recalled that the Philippines bagged a back-to-back win for the past 2 years, namely Angelia Ong, 2015, and Jamie Herrell, 2014. Meanwhile, the country's candidate for Miss Universe, Maxine Medina, is also eyeing the crown following the victory of reigning Miss Universe, Pia Wurtzbach. Invite you to watch the video. Drug addicts are not human, says President Duterte. Slammed human rights advocates. Read here. Despite rising oppositions against the aggressive war versus illegal drugs, President Rodrigo Duterte remained steadfast in continuing it to completion. Recently, Rodrigo Duterte slammed human rights advocates who oppose the increasing number of deaths of alleged drug criminals in the country. According to the former mayor, these drug advocates shouldn't be considered as human beings. He also urged the human rights advocates to focus on the innocent children affected by the drug users. These human rights advocates did not count those who were killed before I became president. The children who were raped and mutilated by drug users. That's why I said, crime against humanity? In the first place, I'd like to be frank with you, are they, drug users, humans? What is your definition of a human being? Tell me, he said last Friday. Meanwhile, local and international human rights institutions including the United Nations also expressed their concern about the killings. Directives of this nature are irresponsible in the extreme and amount to incitement to violence and killing, a crime under international law, said Agnes Callamard, the UN Special Reporter on Summary Executions. Over 1,000 alleged drug criminals have been killed in operation since Duterte assumed post. Invite you to watch the video. Drug addicts are not human, says President Duterte. Slammed human rights advocates. Read here. Despite rising oppositions against the aggressive war versus illegal drugs, President Rodrigo Duterte remained steadfast in continuing it to completion. Recently, Rodrigo Duterte slammed human rights advocates who oppose the increasing number of deaths of alleged drug criminals in the country. According to the former mayor, these drug advocates shouldn't be considered as human beings. He also urged the human rights advocates to focus on the innocent children affected by the drug users. These human rights advocates did not count those who were killed before I became president. The children who were raped and mutilated by drug users. That's why I said, crime against humanity? In the first place, I'd like to be frank with you, are they, drug users, humans? What is your definition of a human being? Tell me, he said last Friday. Meanwhile, local and international human rights institutions including the United Nations also expressed their concern about the killings. Directives of this nature are irresponsible in the extreme and amount to incitement to violence and killing, a crime under international law, said Agnes Callamard, the UN Special Reporter on Summary Executions. Over 1,000 alleged drug criminals have been killed in operation since Duterte assumed post. Invite you to watch the video. Star Magic conducted a mandatory drug test on 40 talents, the talent management arm of the ABS-CBN, which is the Star Magic, had 40 of their talents undergo drug test during the weekend. This is a sign of support to the campaign of the government against the illegal drugs. Based on the statement that was sent to ABS-CBN News, Star Magic conducted a supervised and voluntary drug test on Saturday to belay rumors of drug use in its community. The statement of the talent arm reads, Results were 100% negative for Jake Kuenka, Enrique Gil and Diego Loizaga and the rest of the Star Magic artists. Star Magic believes in the efforts of the current campaign to keep our homes and working environments drug-free. The said statement did not even include the names of the other 37 artists who have undergone the test. There are ongoing calls to have a mandatory drug testing in the entertainment industry. Previously, the Till I Met You actor James Reid said that he is open to undergo a drug test and said that there is nothing wrong with the campaign of the government against the illegal drugs. Now, Robin Padilla is urging to name the celebrities who are using drugs in the showbiz industry. Invite you to watch the video. This week in golf, Patrick Reed takes the Barclays to open FedEx Cup playoffs. If the purpose of the FedEx Cup playoffs on the PGA Tour is to generate excitement, the Barclays at Bethpage Black did not disappoint this weekend as Patrick Reed held off a bushel of challengers to claim the first playoff event of the 2015-2016 season by shooting 9 under par for the tournament. Despite shooting just 71-70 on Saturday and Sunday, Reed beat Sean O'Hara and Emiliano Grillo by a stroke each, while Jason Day and Adam Scott finished 2 shots back of the winner in a tie for 4th place. Reed opened with 66-68 on Thursday and Friday, and it was enough to get him the victory and the $1.53 million winner's purse for the event. Better yet, the effort thrust Reed to the top of the FedEx Cup standings with 3 events left to play this season. Day, the world's #1 ranked player, is 380 points behind Reed as the best on tour chased the elusive championship that Jordan Spieth won last season. This was Reed's first win of the season, although he also has finished in the top 10 a total of 10 times this season as well. It is the 4th straight season that the 26-year-old American from Texas has won a PGA Tour event. O'Hara closed with a 66 on Sunday to move his way up the leaderboard, while moving up a whopping 93 spots in the FedEx Cup standings and ensuring his place in next week's Deutsche Bank Championship in Norton, Massachusetts. Grillo himself jumped 26 spots in the standings. Despite finishing 4th, Scott actually dropped from 3rd to 4th in the FedEx Cup standings. Another big mover at the Barclays was South Korea's Sung-Hoon Kang. He shot 64 on Sunday to finish tied for 18th. In the process, Kang moved up 34 spots in the FedEx Cup standings. He was 122nd on the points list before the event, but Kang now sits 88th and will play next week at TPC Boston. Unfortunately, on the other side of the ball, there were some golfers that played poorly enough at Bethpage to lose their spot in the top 100 and find themselves eliminated from the playoffs. One such casualty was Peter Malnati, who entered the event ranked number 93 in the FedEx Cup standings. Despite making the cut at the Barclays, however, Malnati finished last at 10 over and dropped to 104th on the points list. Similar fates befell Robert Streb and 2009 U.S. Open champion Lucas Glover, both of whom tied for 70th, dropped out of the top 100 and won't play in the Deutsche Bank event this week. Next on the tee, Deutsche Bank Championship. As noted, the top 100 advanced to the next playoff event, and there still will be a 36-hole cut. Only the top 70 players plus ties will advance after Saturday's second round at the TPC Boston course in Norton. Ricky Fowler, who tied for 7th at the Barclays, won the Deutsche Bank event last season along with $1.485 million. This year, the winner will earn $1.53 million and all but guarantee advancement to the next round of the playoffs at the BMW Championships on September 8 to 11 at Crooked Stick. There are 9 players within 2,000 points of Reed right now in the FedEx Cup standings, including Day, Spieth, Scott, Dustin Johnson and even Phil Mickelson. The veteran lefty is 10th in points right now after finishing 13th at the Barclays. The winner of each FedEx Cup playoff event gets 2,000 points in the standings, so Reed still has his work cut out for him if he wants to win the overall Cup trophy. Until the playoff field is narrowed down to the top 30 for the final event in 2 weeks, it's really anyone's championship to claim. Arnold Palmer originally designed the TPC Boston course in 2003, although 8-time PGA Tour winner Brad Faxon had a hand in a subsequent redesign. The circuit is the annual host for the Deutsche Bank Championship, and unlike most PGA Tour events, this tournament runs Friday to Monday, ending on the Labor Day holiday. Scott won the first Deutsche Bank event in 2003, and recent winners include Rory McIlroy, 2012, and Henrik Stenson, 2013. The TPC Boston course plays 7,216 yards long and is a par 7. Invite you to watch the video. Japeth stands tall on, off-court. Japeth Aguilar was a key figure in Ginnebra's outing Sunday night. He carried the fight for the Gin Kings and later carried out the task of expressing apology to star team manager Alvin Patrimonio, who had some heated exchange of words with Japeth's father Peter Aguilar during the Ginebra Star Showdown. Aguilar delivered 21 points as the Gin Kings fashioned out a dramatic come-from-behind 116-103 win over the Hotshots to book a berth in the 8-team playoff play. The 2009 top draft pick is enjoying a breakout conference, averaging 15.7 points, 6.0 rebounds, 1.8 blocks and 1.7 assists. With a career average of only 10.9 points, Aguilar now puts in a career-best norm of 14.5 this season. Patrimonio, who seldom loses his cool, and the elder Aguilar, contemporaries in their PABL and PBA days, engaged in a face-to-face verbal tussle triggered by a referee's no call on a play by Ginebra's Jervy Cruz on star import Jello Wright. During the game, Sportshub, article Merck, page match, 1, section match, 1, Ininte ko lang na magamisaya, I was waiting for him to go for a fight, said Patrimonio. He was like ordering us to sit down. But who is he? We are both former players and he has no respect. He's like a bully, said Patrimonio. Patrimonio and star Governor Rene Pardo rose from their seats and protested the no call, which drew sharp reactions from Aguilar's father. I'm the team manager and I'm trying to protect our import. I was just asking the refs for some explanations, and there he, Aguilar, was with his angry gestures, said Patrimonio. Aguilar was then seated on the press row and was saying, he's an experienced player. How many times he'd won an MVP award. He should know that a player would do anything to distract his opponent. At the hallway leading to the dugouts, Patrimonio had a parting shot towards Aguilar, Huwag kang parang saiga, don't act like a tough guy. Patrimonio then proceeded to the PBA office for some official matters and was later sought out by the young Aguilar to apologize in behalf of his father. And it's all well that ends well. The Kings, meanwhile, take a 12-day rest before plunging back into action on September 9 versus the Mahindra Enforcers, with 7'1" behemoth Greg Slaughter likely to be back in harness. Ginebra coach Tim Cohn said Slaughter's return could be bane or boon for the kind of game the team is playing now. Obviously, we're playing pretty good basketball. But I think there's a choice here with Greg. He could either be a disruption because we're playing good basketball, or he could be a bona fide added weapon that could take us to the next level. That's really up for us coaching staff to make that happen, said Cohen. He's going to start practice fully this week. We're expecting him to play some minutes against Mahindra, said Cohen of Slaughter, who's been out since the end of the Commissioner's Cup. He'll be coming off the bench and play limited minutes as we're going to bring him back slowly. We're not going to give him 35 to 40 minutes, Cohen added. Thank you for watching videos like you. Remember, the channel, register and comment below. Thank you.